session is underway and committee assignments and chairmen have been announced. Here to talk to me today about his new role this legislative session is State Representative Tom Murt. Representative Murt, welcome.
Hi, Anthony. Great to be here.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about your committee assignments this year and what's new for you this legislative session?
Anthony, I have served on the Human Services Committee for 2 sessions now. And again, this session, I have been asked to serve as the chairman of the subcommittee on mental health. And I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful for this appointment. And it carries with it a great deal of responsibility. There are many issues relating to mental health across the Commonwealth that we are going to need to address and to vet. And that responsibility is mine and to our subcommittee. And I wanted to add that there are not too many families across Pennsylvania or across our nation that don't experience mental health issues, either with a family member or a neighbor or someone they know from the community. And it's a pretty common occurrence, and it's something that we really want to educate our members to the prevalence of it, but we also want to explore how to make things better, how to minimize the stigma for someone who experiences a mental health challenge. And in addition to that, we all hear about families that have a member who's experiencing bipolar or post-traumatic stress or anorexia or a personality disorder or what have you. And we want to educate our committee members to these conditions, and we also want to, of course, begin a discussion about the best way to help Pennsylvanians who are experiencing these challenges.
Now, you said this is your second time being named subcommittee chairman. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the accomplishments that you had last session that you were most proud of?
I was the prime sponsor of a Disability Bill of Rights. And this is legislation that did not get to the finish line last session, but we are hoping that it gets more traction this time. And the Disability Bill of Rights is a very important document in that it calls for people who have disabilities to participate to the best of their ability, to participate in their own decision-making about where they want to live, whether it's a group home or an institutional setting, or even with a family member and so forth. And whether or not they want to work a job, and if they can work a job, and what the setting is going to be. Will they be in a workshop, or will they be able to work in a retail setting and so forth. And the Disability Bill of Rights is a very positive step in that direction. Also, I want to mention we want to discuss some insurance reforms, making sure that individuals who have mental health challenges are receiving the services, the health care that they need to be well, whether it's medication or therapy or both. And we have begun that discussion as well. Again, we're not quite at the finish line yet. We're not where we want to be, but we have made great progress in that regard also.
What other types of legislation would you like to see come through your subcommittee, or what type of issues do you hope to investigate and tackle this legislative session?
That's a great question, and I would say right at the outset, we believe that a lot of individuals who suffer or experience mental health challenges do not seek the health care that they need to get well. And that could be a lot of different reasons, a lack of resources, a lack of funding to be able to afford the resources. And of course, there still is a stigma to individuals who experience mental health challenges. And these are issues that we want to address. And we certainly want to encourage anyone who has a mental health challenge, most especially our veterans. Not too many of us are not aware of the fact that several veterans take their lives every week, every month, every day. These veterans who have been deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. I served in Iraq myself, and I have had soldiers with whom I have served who have had post-traumatic stress challenges. And we absolutely need to connect the services to the individuals who have these mental health challenges. And if we can do a better job of bringing those two entities together, I think that we will have accomplished something this session.
We only have a few moments left, but I wanted to mention you had a resolution recently passed, House Resolution 3, naming January Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, human trafficking is taking place all across the country, including in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The prevalence of it is astounding. And the trafficking is manifesting itself primarily in two ways. Number one, people that are trafficked for sexual purposes, and individuals that are trafficked for work. People that are frequently brought here from another country, sometimes through Mexico, sometimes directly into the U.S., that are indentured and they are put into a work situation where they're working 10 or 12 hours a day and not getting paid, living in a very Spartan existence for 3 to 5 years, sometimes longer, and they're threatened with being deported. Their family back in their native country is being threatened with violence if they do not continue to work. And this is certainly modern day slavery. And we want to make sure that the people in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and their law enforcement community are aware that human trafficking is taking place. And we've established a hotline, and the hotline has to be prominently posted at various locations, including rest stops on the turnpike and other areas where sometimes the human trafficking takes place, where someone who has been trafficked has access to make a toll-free phone call and to seek help and to be able to escape their bondage. And we certainly also want to protect our children, protect anyone who is sold into any kind of sexual trafficking for those purposes. So they're kind of the objectives that we have, and we need to keep this on the front burner, because despite the fact that the year is 2015, forms of slavery still take place, and this is something that certainly needs to be addressed.
All right, well, Representative Murt, you're doing a good job making sure that stays in the forefront, and congratulations on your committee assignment, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
Thank you, Anthony.
If you have comments or questions about this or any other legislative topic, Representative Murt's contact information will be on the screen in just a moment. Thanks for spending a few minutes with State Representative Tom Murt.